Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel, Celestial Space Facts. The topic of this video is things we can see from our newly purchased small telescope. This video will be little larger, about 10 to 15 minutes. So in the starting, I would like to say that please visit our channel, and if you want to learn about the celestial beings, and if you think that our content is useful to you, then please do like, comment, share and subscribe to our YouTube channel, that is Celestial Space Facts. Let's get started. Number 1 is Moon. This one's probably obvious. For added interest, try to identify some of the Moon's most prominent features, such as Copernicus crater or Mare Tricolor. Check out the National Geographic Earth's Moon Wall map to learn more about landmarks you can spot in your scope. Tips and tricks for viewing the Moon. Don't use full power on your telescope. Too much magnificence will create a shaky image. Try to aim for about half of your telescope's magnificent potential for the clearest feature. Wait to view the Moon until a few days after the first quarter. The Moon will be at ideal brightness and the terminator will create dramatic contrast and shadows. Avoid viewing the full moon. It will be too bright to see clearly. The next is Mars. It's hard to believe our recent ancestors believed they could see handcrafted channel across the Martian surface. But that doesn't mean our red planet neighbor is any less interesting. If you want a good look though, you will need to be patient. Mars only comes near enough to the Earth for detailed viewing once every 780 days. That's not to say you can't still look for it in the night sky. A telescope can turn Mars' red pinpoint of light into a living disk-like object. Tips and tricks for viewing Mars. Use a red light filter to pick up surface details. Wait to view Mars at opposition. This is when it is directly opposite the Sun in the night sky. Aim for the 4 to 6 weeks around opposition for the best images. View on clear, dust-free nights for the best resolutions. Atmospheric haze can distort and blur the details of your image. Third is Jupiter and Galilean moons. Our solar system's largest planet is a great target for beginning astronomers. If you leave enough field of view around it through your lens, you will also get to see 4 largest moons, also known as the Galilean moons Io, Ganymede, Callisto and Europa. If you get a clear shot, you may be able to see Jupiter belts as well as the infamous Great Red Spot. Tips and tricks of viewing Jupiter. Don't worry if you can't see all 4 Galilean moons right away. Since they are in orbit, one may be hiding behind the planet. Use a blue filter for clearer picture of Great Red Spot. View in an area without clouds or light pollution for the best results. Next is Saturn and its rings. Seeing Saturn and its infamous rings through a telescope is one of the most popular attractions for astronomers. With a clear sky, you should be able to discern the black Cassini division between the prominent A ring and B ring, and you might be able to see its striped belts and zones with a good telescope. Its largest moon, Titan, might also make an appearance. Tips and tricks for viewing Saturn. Wait for the planet to be in the opposition, which means it's on the opposite side of Earth as the Sun. This will make it clearer and provide better viewing. Use a yellow filter to get better results of the ring zones and belts. Then the fifth is the Pleiades star cluster, also known as Seven Sisters. The Pleiades star cluster is a group of thousands of bright stars which are visible to naked eye. Fall and winter are the best seasons to see Pleiades, when they become visible just after sunset in the southern sky. Tips and tricks for viewing the Pleiades. Find the constellation Orion. Orion belt is one of the easiest star groups to locate in the night sky. Use Orion belt like a pointer and follow it in the straight line. In the direction of Orion's arrow would fire until you hit the bright star cluster. You are likely to see 5 prominent stars if you view the cluster through a telescope. That's because the light magnitude of larger stars in the cluster outshine the others. Then comes the Orion Nebula. Visible from late fall to early spring, the Orion Nebula is an active birthplace of stars. You can see it with the naked eye if you look just below Orion's belt in the constellation. But through a telescope, you will get a sense of dust and gas clouds. Because it's large and bright, you will still have luck trying to view it from the populated areas, though for the best imagery, you should seek out darker skies. Tips and tricks for viewing Orion Nebula. View in low moonlight or during a new moon for the clearest image. Try spotting it with binoculars first, then use your telescope to zero in on the image. Then comes the Andromeda Galaxy. Andromeda is the nearest galaxy to our own and the most distant night sky object you can view with your naked eye. It's also set to collide with the Milky Way galaxy in the next 4 billion years, so you should observe it while you still can. Filled with the stars, black holes, pulsars and other objects, its trillion stars make it more populous than our galaxy. But the Milky Way is still larger and contains more dark matter. Seeing this in the night sky can be humbling and fascinating. Tips and tricks for viewing the Andromeda Galaxy. Start out with the stars chart or the app we suggested above. This will help you to locate it between the Pleiades and Cassiopeia constellation. Stay away from the light-polluted area for best viewing. Be patient. The Andromeda Galaxy is faint and can be difficult to find for beginners. Then is Albireo, the name for the binary stars Beta Cygni. Albireo looks like one object to the naked eye. In your telescope, you will discover 2 stars, one bright orange and one blue, which look close together but are actually 380 light years apart. This star pair is hiding out in the constellation Cygnus and is rewarding and unique find for beginners. Tips and tricks for viewing Albireo. Find the constellation Cygnus or the Swan on your app or using a star chart. Deneb is the brightest star in Cygnus and it comprises the tail of the constellation. Albireo is directly opposite the head of the Swan. You'll need roughly 100x magnification before you start to see the division between the 2 stars. Most small telescopes should be able to see it without a problem. We really hope that this video is beneficial to you all And you got to know, when you purchase your own telescope, small or bigger telescope will give more view, but if you buy a small telescope, then also you can view these things properly. Thank you, thank you, thank you for all the support you are giving, all the motivation you are giving. Thank you, God, for giving me the chance to learn and spread the education. Love, love. Have a nice day.